got something else that's going on that I did want to talk about. So this is sort of sideways from what we just talked about. This is what's going on in the UK. So I'm guessing my UK strays are going to be rather interested in this story. So as a follow-up, there was a petition to the UK government to get rid of this ID law. It facilitated 300,000 signatures. And the UK government responded by saying, yeah, we're not going to do anything. We're going to ignore this petition like it doesn't exist. We're not going to do anything. There was a petition, Mars, in the UK. It was in the UK. I don't have it. But the UK government, I'm not sure if it concluded or not. Total War and Heckle, you guys can tell me, has that petition's run its course or is it still taking on signatures? Because I don't know. But I do know that the UK government put out a message that they're going to ignore it. They said, oh, okay, 300,000 of you sign this petition? Yeah, fuck you, we're not going to do anything. They've already made this public statement. It's still taking on signatures? All right, let me see if I can find it, and I will link it. Yeah, okay, I will link it. It is still ongoing. In fact, the signature count is up to... Oh, it says it's closed. Unless it's different, it says it is closed. Was it make verified ID a requirement for opening a social media, or is that something different? Or is it do not introduce? No? There's a lot of them. There's several of these. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. Because there's a lot of them. A lot of these have popped up. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know where the idea is. Total War repeal the online safety. All right, let me see if I can find it really quick before we jump in. Okay. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay. Thank you, War. All right, I will link this petition, bearing in mind, don't sign this petition unless you are a resident of the UK. Okay, this is for people that reside in the UK because this is a UK issue. So only people in the UK. If you're in the UK and you wish to sign this petition, it is up to 414,000. Okay? And there is something that says Parliament will consider this for debate. Parliament considers all petitions that get more than 100,000 signatures for debate. And the government responded by saying, yeah, we don't care. They said, and I quote, in response, this was a response as of yesterday. The government response is the government has no plans to repeal the Online Safety Act and is working closely with Ofcom to implement the act as quickly and as effectively as possible to enable UK users to benefit from its protections. So they flat out said, we don't care, go fuck yourself. That is the literal government response from this. So now, here's the follow-up to that. Hero Hay put out a video, I think it was today, that they basically, one of the politicians admitted on air that the government wants to ruin the internet for people. And given that this is such an important subject matter, I wanted to bring it up on stream. That's why I want to bring this up, is because it is important and it needs to, and I want this information to get out to anyone who happens to watch my stream or watches my videos. So let's take a look.
So this UK politician got directly called out on television for This whole thing that they've been trying to push over there that we've been talking about lately about, oh, we need to introduce regulations to protect the kids. But in reality, they don't really seem to care about protecting.
Yeah, and sorry, Hero 8, but 16 seconds in. Any politician that says we need to introduce this big sweeping law to protect the kids doesn't fucking care about kids. I think that if that isn't obvious by now, anytime a politician wants to introduce some big sweeping bill and they say it's for the kids, you know it's not for the kids. They don't give a fuck about the kids. Just saying.
The kids, and they're trying to use these regulations to have more control over people, to surveil people, this sort of thing, monitor your activity, etc., etc. And this 30-second clip shows this guy going full mask off. I mean,
here we
he
go.
gets called out for it as mentioned, and then he just takes the mask right off and essentially admits that this is not actually about protecting
Play the
kids.
clip. Play the clip.
But really quick
Play
context on what's going to be brought up in this clip for anyone who may have missed my video from, I think it was 2 days ago, because we went over a certain article, which I'll show you right now. And here we are. That takes us right back to the subreddit UK Politics. And this post titled, Elite Police Squad to Monitor Anti-Migrant Posts on Social Media. If you dare criticize their policies at all, apparently this elite police squad may be onto you, and you may get a knock on your door or something. I mean,
which they've already been doing before this. They've already been, the police in the UK, we've seen this, has already been arresting people in the UK for what they consider anti-immigrant or anti-migrant speech on social media. They've already done it several times. There's one particular example in mind that I know of where a gentleman posted on Facebook where he posted like a picture of two, I think they were Asian individuals, and just said, yeah, they're all, you know, that these people are here at this location, and then posted it, and then did a second post of they're also at this location. And that's it. Did not say they don't belong here, didn't say that they should be attacked, didn't say anything negative, literally just said they're over here. And the police showed up at his home and arrested him for it. For hate speech. So they're already doing it, and now they're going to have an actual, now it looks like they're going to have a dedicated squad specifically to arrest you for wrongthink. That's what this is. This is a police squad specifically to arrest people for literal wrongthink. Did they? This is like, I honestly think we're seeing in the UK, we're seeing V for Vendetta come to life. I'm waiting for people to start flooding the streets in Guy Fawkes masks with black cloaks and wide brim hats. I'm fucking waiting for that to happen because, well, Mechanus, the obvious 1984 reference, the obvious George Orwell reference, but given that it's the UK and the arrest for wrongthink, I'm waiting for these to start showing up in the streets, at least in protest. Well, Resin, it kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen on the 5th of November this year. You gotta wonder, with everything that's happening, I have a suspicion that the 5th of November this year might end up being a little extra spicy. I'm not advocating for that. Make no mistake. I'm not advocating for anything to happen at all. I am not. With the way things are going, it would not surprise me if the anniversary of the 5th of November gets a little extra spicy this year.
Elite police squad, really. You had all manner of responses here. People talking about how it's a good thing that VPNs exist. Others saying, well, they're coming for that next. And actually yesterday, at the end of one of the videos I posted yesterday, I talked about how the UK government was also already complaining about VPNs and trying to get parents to take VPNs away from children. Of course, after that, you could presume that they would go after everyone's VPNs. You know, this stuff is just continually escalating more and more. Others leaving comments such as, meanwhile, theft and burglary are de facto decriminalized because they don't have the resources to devote to tracing and prosecuting the culprits. But
they are very happy to spend money on tracking down and arresting Britons that commit wrongthink. Because let's not fuck with this, okay? We're not. This is don't even call it hate speech anymore. Don't even use the party line of, oh, they're going after hate speech. No, the UK government, the party, and if you get that reference, bravo to you. The party is literally going after wrongthink. This is literally a wrongthink squad. This is the UK literally just created the fingerman. Okay, anybody that doesn't know this, and I'm legitimately surprised more Britons are not calling this elite, quote unquote, elite squad the fingerman, because that's what they are. The UK literally just created the fingermen to basically arrest people for wrongthink on behalf of the party. That's what we're seeing here. That is literally what we're seeing here.
Hey, they've got the resources for this elite police squad to monitor your social media posts, apparently. Others talking about how there's like literal grooming gangs that are being left unchecked by the government.
Yeah.
This stuff is not actually getting policed at all, apparently. And you even saw a post like this, where this person says they're not a fan of the way some people talk about immigration, but the government needs to stop with the authoritarianism. But yeah, that is just a really quick recap. I covered all that in much more detail yesterday, so I'm not trying to like fully read those posts once again and all that. Just a little bit of quick context as we get into this clip. So let's take a look. I suppose that's good enough.
Online safety bill. If it's just about children, is it just about children, or does it focus on adults? Do you think that should be an elite squad? Barry, does it just focus to protect 13-year-old? I'm sorry, the elite squad is not about children. Actually, shall I read you the thing? An elite squad of police officers is to monitor social media for anti-migrant sentiment. I don't think 13-year-olds are engaging that. So, is it also to monitor adults? Simple question, yes or no? Yes, of course it will. Okay, there we go. Look, sorry.
Yeah, you gotta love how.
Yeah, as if anyone believed that it was for the children in the first place. Okay? Nobody fucking believed that it was just for the children in the first place. But now you have an actual parliamentarian actually saying, no, it's to monitor adults as well. So everyone already knew this, but this parliamentarian actually verbalized it. And you know what? Good on that fucking reporter for pushing it. Good on, I have no idea, UK Strays, if you know who she was, please feel free to tell me. Good on that reporter. She pushed him. She pushed him and got him to answer the question. She didn't fuck around. She said, is this against adults? And he tried to backtrack and she said, no. This squad is for anti-immigrant hate speech. And my guess is 10-year-olds are not doing that. So is this also to target adults? And got him to say yes. Got him to admit it. Good on her. That is finally a fucking example of a good reporter. Because guess what? They're next. Yeah. If Parliament continues with this, the reporters are next, and reporters will be removed, and reporters that can spread the party's message will be installed. Because don't forget, BBC is a government-run television station. It is literally state TV. You have to pay for the license to be able to watch the BBC. That is literally state-run TV. And you know that the next step is going to be the Parliament removing reporters that question them and installing reporters that will slobber on their cocks. That is the next step.
At first, he's just trying to gaslight maybe it's easy to miss it, but yeah, in case you missed it, he was saying something like, oh, you don't think that it's good to have an elite squad protecting 13-year-olds? I'm paraphrasing that a little bit now, but that's basically what he was getting at. So, trying to gaslight as if, oh yeah, we have an elite police squad to protect the kids. And she just calls him out. Like, that's not what's going on here. And you're using this elite squad to go after people who even will spread like anti-migrant sentiment, which again, it could be something as simple as criticizing their policies.
Yep.
And then the guy just goes mask off, which I don't know. Is that something that I should be giving him credit for? Like, I guess on one hand, at least he didn't just continue to lie about it. But
no, Hero, give the reporter credit. Again, I'm going to keep pressing this because this is one of the rare occasions where I'm all in on this reporter. Give the reporter credit. She got it out of him. She pushed him. She wouldn't let him dance around the subject. She pushed him and she got him to admit it. So give that reporter some credit.
Like, holy smokes, bro. Bro literally says, let's just hear it one more time here at the end.
Media for anti-migrant sentiment. I don't think 13-year-olds are engaging that. So is it also to monitor adults? Simple question, yes or no?
Yes, of course it will.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Oh my gosh. Well,
Yes,
let's check out some
course.
of the responses here. We actually got Smash JT right there at the top saying the people can only be pushed so far. Right below that, user Brian saying, just carry on as normal. They're never going to be able to enforce it. There will be too many offenders. All the jails are full up, but I could handle a few nights in a 4-star hotel if push comes to shove. It's funny he talks about not being able to enforce it, though. Apparently, they're already having issues in the UK with enforcing like these adult websites that are supposed to conform to the new regulations they put forward. Apparently, there's already like hundreds. They're just ignoring it, is what I saw in a headline yesterday. So, let's really quick see if I can pull that up, and we'll take a look at that really briefly. Well, it looks like I got the number a bit wrong. Again, I just saw this like scrolling by yesterday, so my memory was a little bit off. But the headline reads, more than 50 adult sites found with no age verification despite new online child protection law coming into effect. And
well, Misenko, I brought up that very concern yesterday. Is if the UK is allowed to go like this unchecked, where they can start locking down websites and requiring Face ID in order to access them, how long before social media, very popular social media sites like Twitch and like Kick, get lumped into that? Already we saw this with Wikipedia. If a website has a certain degree of traffic, a high degree of traffic, then the UK, just by the degree of traffic, having nothing to do with the content, but the degree of traffic is requiring that ID verification to access. That's Wikipedia. Because it has such a high degree of traffic from the UK on a monthly basis, they are at what's classified as a Class 1, which means you have to use Face ID in order to access Wikipedia. What's to say that's not going to happen with Twitch? What's going to say that's not going to happen with Kick? And thus you will, and thus the UK government may require you to use your ID verification to gain access to sites like Twitch and Kick, because some of the streamers, they don't like what some of the streamers have to say. Maybe like me. Maybe they don't like what I have to say. And so if you want to go onto my stream in the UK, you need to do Face ID. So that company, because it's a private company that does the Face IDs, that company will have a record of you visiting my stream. And if the UK government decides, okay, company, let's see who you're visiting, and if they decide, if the UK government for some reason decides we don't like what that Ember Paradox is saying on her stream, anyone that watches her stream, hook them up or investigate them or harass them. As crazy it may sound, this is the route they're going. The UK government has not become the party. They have literally created the fingermen. What? You don't think it's not possible that they're going to go the route of, if you watch the wrong streamer, you're going to get a knock at the door from the fingerman? It's an absolutely real fucking possibility, and it should scare the fuck out of people in the UK.
We'll move right on into the next part of the video, actually, as the UK Prime Minister Starmer claims that they're not actually censoring anyone. Let's take a look at this one, shall we?
There are new powers here to censor your site, states mandated powers.
To censor my site?
To censor your site and Twitter
Truth?
and Facebook.
Truth?
I mean Truth. Is that okay?
Well, I don't think he's going to censor my site because I say only good things. Will you please uncensor my site?
Yeah, we're not censoring anyone. We've got some measures which are there to protect children, in particular.
That's a fucking lie. That we're not censoring anyone. The UK government blocked the video footage of the UK protests. There were protests in the UK regarding this ID requirement. There were a lot of protests. Some pretty fucking big ones. As I saw Asmongold checked them out on his screen, those were blocked from viewing by people who reside in the UK. So they 100% are already censoring. They're trying to prevent people in the UK from seeing that there are big protests forming against the government for doing this. So yeah, that was a fucking law.
From sites like suicide sites. We've had too many cases in the United Kingdom of young children taking their own lives. And when you look through their social media, they've been accessing sites which talk about suicide and, encouraging, if you like, children down that road, and that is what we want to stop. There's nothing about censoring free speech.
But that treats all adults like...
What fucking websites is he talking about that are encouraging fucking suicide? What fucking websites is he talking about? How deeply in his ass did he have to reach to pull this out for the cameras and say, oh, there are kids that have taken their own lives, and we found out that before they died, they visited websites talking about suicide. What fucking websites are you talking about that are promoting suicide? Because I sure as fuck have never heard of any of those. I'm pretty fucking sure any websites that were promoting suicide would have been taken down a long fucking time ago. So, yeah, his source is he made it the fuck up.
This country is the proud...
But that can treat all adults
free
like
speech
children.
in this country has been for a very long time. We're very, very proud of it.
Bullshit.
We will protect it forever.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You arrest people for wrongthink. Don't even fucking try to say that you have free speech. You created the fingermen specifically to arrest people for wrongthink. Don't even try and pretend that you have freedom of speech in England anymore. Don't even fucking try it, you cock-gobbling thunder cunt.
At the same time, I personally feel very strongly that we should protect our young teenagers, and that's what it usually is, from things like suicide sites.
You don't give a fuck about the teenagers.
Speech issue. I see that as a child.
It's ironic that 1984 and Brave New World takes place in Britain, almost like Orwell and Huxley knew what was up.
Well, Revan, as so many people have said, 1984 was supposed to be a warning, not a fucking user's manual. Your dog, let him come. I ain't in the UK. I'll say whatever the fuck I want about the UK. I'm over here. The UK can't say a fucking thing about what I have to say. They don't get to impinge upon my freedom of speech. I will continue to say whatever the fuck I want to say about the UK, and they can't do a fucking thing about it. So while no, I'm under Canadian protection, Reaper, not US. I'm in Canada. While people in the UK don't have the freedom of speech to call this bullshit out, I fucking will. Because the UK can't do a goddamn thing to me. So I will happily call out the bullshit happening in the UK every fucking day of the week. Tonito, no they can't. No they can't. Canada is a sovereign nation. Okay? They can't come... Canada is a sovereign nation. They have zero authority over here. None.
We actually passed a bill in Congress.
And I'm still a U.S. citizen, by the way. Leave not forget that. I'm still a U.S. citizen.
Pull bad stuff out having to do with children because it is a problem. But I cannot imagine him censoring Truth Social. This is more of a very political, and you know, it's been a very big success.
It's not going to happen.
And I only say good things about him and his country, so if they censor me, you're making a mistake. I'm going to give my ambassador the job, make sure it's not censored. I had not heard that.
Mr. President.
Oh, yeah, we're not censoring anyone. Just if you criticize our policies, our elite police task force is going to know about it. And yeah.
Rotor, let's see. So the quarter has the Queen's head on it, but you know what? That doesn't mean anything. So the Queen's head is on the quarter. It's been on the quarter for decades. Means nothing. You want to know who isn't on the bills anymore? The fucking Queen. Queen's not on the bills anymore. Okay, they switched them out with like scientists. Just because the Queen is on the money doesn't mean Canada is beholden to the UK in any way, shape, or form. And again, I'll remind you, not only is Canada its own sovereign nation, okay, it is under no obligation to comply with any decree by the UK, none whatsoever. None whatsoever. I will also remind you, I'm a US citizen. I'm a Canadian resident. I'm a US fucking citizen. So I've got two countries that if UK wants to try and impinge upon my freedom of speech, I got two fucking countries I can call on to back me up. I'm just saying.
That certainly doesn't sound threatening at all. And of course, also, yes, we care about the kids. Oh, great. Are you going to do anything about those grooming gangs that are apparently going around left unchecked? No, that doesn't matter. You're going to go after websites. You're going to monitor online activity. Okay, but what about like real life? Nothing?
Nope. Of course not.
Yeah. Typical. Look at these responses. Really, this is a lie. They're arresting people for social media posts, and we are way past 1984. And this one, a 1,400% jump in VPN purchases, says otherwise. And to be quite frank, I wouldn't be surprised if that number just like massively goes up. That
I know, Kanina. We all like it's been mentioned. The grooming gangs, the rape gangs. No going after them. No going after those two things, because those two things have skyrocketed in the UK. By every metric, grooming gangs and rape gangs have skyrocketed in the UK, particularly when they have that mass amount of immigration into the country. But yeah, we're going to leave those alone, and we're going to go after the people that actually complain about the migration.
seems kind of low, but this is just the beginning, and maybe a lot of people already have VPNs. There was actually a second clip too. We'll take a look at this really quick. It's only 14 seconds long.
You discussed the importance of free speech today.
Well, free speech is very important. I don't know if you're referring to any place in particular. Perhaps they are, but
we've had free speech for a very, very long time here, so we're very proud of that.
What's your advice to the small boats?
Bro, the way he sounds like, it sounds like he doesn't even believe what he's saying. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like reading too much into it or something, but does he not just sound so fake? Like, he's not even trying to sound believable. Yeah. Like, he doesn't even believe what he's saying either. It comes off like, to me at least. I'll play it one more time.
Listen to him. He has that really fucking nervous laugh when he talks. When he talks, he has that nervous laugh in his voice, like, oh, fuck. They're pissing off the world now, right now.
They are, but
we've had free speech for a very, very long time here, so we're very proud of it.
You hear that? That's nervous laughter in his voice when he said that. He's very fucking nervous right now.
Oh, by the way, things are also getting worse for Canada, it looks like. Thank you, Pudgy, for the tag, and shouts out to Chibi there.
Okay,
says, it's now happening in Canada. Censorship and age verification is going way out of control. We need to stop it now.
Okay, hold up. I looked into this. This is what I was talking about before. Now, maybe there's something new that I didn't see, but when I looked into it, there was no ID verification at play with this. Now, maybe it's changed. This is from May 26th, so maybe it's, I didn't see an updated one, but when I saw it, maybe Hirohei will go down here a little bit, I did not see a thing requiring the ID verification in this app. This was Now, this could be something different, but we'll see.
Got here, S209, 45th Parliament First Session, Monday, May 26, 2025 to present. An act to restrict young persons' online access to adult material. Same exact sort of rhetoric that we've seen coming from the UK, coming from Australia, and now also apparently to Canada. So, first reading completed on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. Second reading completed on Thursday, June 12th, 2025.
No, not
and
this fishy.
Next step was apparently consideration in committee, no activity. I don't know enough about the Canadian government, how it functions, to really comment too much on this in this process, but that's what the screenshot shows, and I guess we'll see what happens with this. Like I said the other day, too, it seems very coincidental and way too suspicious, way too coincidental that in a number of countries across the world, similar measures are proliferating, all basically around the same time frame. Anyways, as you guys know, I don't really do political commentary, and it's not something I ever was interested in doing because I've seen so many people suffer from political brain rot, and I just don't want to get involved with that stuff. But the internet censorship is something I'm definitely concerned about and interested in, and people have been enjoying my coverage, which I appreciate. And laughing at politicians is quite amusing. I'm not going to lie. That part's pretty fun. So we'll see where things go regarding like coverage like this on the channel too. But for now, that's where I'm going to leave this video. I think that's the most important stuff I wanted to go over for this video today. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed my coverage, please consider liking and or subscribing. Appreciate you. See you in the comments here and in the next one.
Look, UK, I feel for you. I feel for you. You guys are in a state right now where when this is a pressure cooker right now. And when it finally blows, I feel so bad for you guys. This is not going to end well. It's not. So, UK strays, I hope you're going to be okay. Please be safe. And yes,